And if you check out inside here, here's where the PPF ends. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I actually got two cars. I guess, guys, that I have now an opportunity where I can actually tell you some things about how this car is in the past couple of months since I own it. And to be honest with you, I'm finally here in front of my car, but I think there's something wrong with it. I don't remember that my car has a white interior. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I actually got two cars. No, that's actually, again, fake. This is my car, this is a car of a friend, and to be honest with you, I think it's super random that a friend of mine, whom I got to know later on, has the exact same car, exact same spec, just with the difference that this car has white seats. And yeah, here we are today. Welcome to the video where I'm going to tell you about how does this car drive and how it is like after 3 months of ownership. I'm Let's Boredom and you're watching my channel. And just before I start with this video, thank you Didrik and Dominic for supporting my channel with being executive producers. Without you guys, all of this would not be possible. And if you out there would like to become also a supporter of mine, check out the first link in the description down below. It will lead you to my Patreon page. So just to hit it off with this car, well, I got it on the 26th of October and today is the 3rd of February. So it is around 3 months. Is it? No, 4 months of ownership. It's not even 3, but never mind. It's still quite a bit. And to be honest with you, so far I've been very satisfied with it. No squeaks. Like mechanically, this car is very sound, and I'm really happy with it. The way how it handles, the way how it drives. We're going to get a little bit later into that, how it actually performs, so that you can see even from the interior how it is like. I personally think that so far the ownership is very, very simple. Like I do not have to worry about some couple of things which like need immediate attention from the service center. And since I got it, I also did a couple of modifications to it. Like I got a couple of interior accessories, and I also did a full PPF across the whole car. Let me show you around how the PPF looks like. So in general, the PPF itself is not bad. It just has like a couple of places where it's like popping off a little bit, like here. And well, the front lamps, they did not get PPF because this is illegal in Switzerland. The mirror caps though, they got PPF'd. Pretty nice. While here, this is my biggest gripe of all, like the door handle and the area right behind the door handle. See, there is a little gap here, and right there where you go behind with your nails, it just gets scratched and it's super annoying. So I think this is a huge negative thing. Other than that, well, here, at least here on the loading area, which can get also very easily scratched, it got done, but it's really bizarre why it didn't get done here. Maybe they were not maybe lazy, but probably they were just thinking like, nah, it's not necessary. Or maybe because it was just not really possible to get debented that it fits over there. But other than that, I think it looks pretty neat. And of course, the car got ceramic coating on the PPF. And if you check out inside here, here's where the PPF ends, and I don't understand why they haven't done it right here. Like I didn't get any scuff plates here to protect it because I felt like, yeah, they're gonna do PPF here as well, but they didn't do it, and yeah, it is what it is. I don't know why they haven't done it, but what I've done so far is that I got this kind of carbon look foil. Well, it isn't in the bestest quality. I just bought it because, well, it's gonna protect the interior a bit better, and because it's from AliExpress, like it didn't get cut properly. Yeah, never mind. And also, like I requested them to do the interior PPF, but alas, they didn't do it. They said they're only going to do it when they have time, but apparently they didn't have it, and yeah, that left me pissed. And yeah, here on the dorsoles you can see the PPF ends here. This is pretty decent and I'm pretty happy with it. It's pretty cool, and of course in the sun the car looks absolutely amazing, like especially if it's freshly washed. I really love it. So now we are here where the driving review begins, and it is now a little stretch of a zone 80, but it will soon get to 50 only, so that's why I'm not going to increase the speed. Just let it roll a little bit, that should be fine. And I must say that for me, driving this around town is pretty decent, but one thing what you're going to hear now very soon is that this car beeps a little bit. In a couple of seconds it's gonna start. Yes, and that is annoying, but luckily there's one button which you can press and then it stops. So that's a godsend, because this chiming from this car is very annoying. It gives me also PTSD, just like for all the BMW drivers who drive their cars, or Ford as well, really annoying chimes. But this one, if it's chiming all the time, nah, not really pleasant. And one thing what I really must say is this car is really well with handling, because of this G-Vectoring Control Plus, which is really good if you want to go quick into corners. And not just that, but also with the steering response, I just think like it is quite direct, but I think sometimes it understeers a little bit, but maybe it is just my driving style, I'm not really sure. And now this stretch is gonna be hilly and with tight bends, so I think I can drive this car a little bit sportier. Okay, let's go to the second. The acceleration is very linear, like you will not really feel like a sudden push like from a turbo engine. Now this corner is a little bit tight, but I must say, compared to my brother's Civic, this car is more stable in the bends and is not feeling like too much shaking overall, so this is very pleasant to drive. But of course, when I have passengers, especially the ones who feel like they get motion sickness when driving more spirited, of course I'm gonna slow down, as I did right now. Because I love manual cars, I'm fine with it only being an NA and not a turbo car, because then I can just play a little bit more with this gear stick. Okay, now it's time to get onto the motorway and check out how well this car accelerates. But judging from the way how the people drive here, I think that they're not going to use the acceleration lane as an acceleration lane. Oh, maybe this guy in the front will do it, but nah, that guy is gonna skip it. Okay. It accelerates pretty well, like effortless. I shouldn't really worry about it too much. And if you think like this car is underpowered, let me tell you, it's not. I think with 186 horsepower it is very decent to drive, and I think it absolutely makes sense if you want to have a car which is a bit faster and more stable to drive. Yeah, you cannot do anything wrong with it. You have here on the steering wheel a couple of buttons, like here, this is the one with the adaptive cruise control and with lane keep assist, and this one is the adaptive cruise control or regular cruise control without lane keep assist. So I'm gonna turn this on and set it to 103 kilometers per hour. And I'm switching the lanes, so the lane keep assist is not active. Now while I'm in lane, it activates it soon again. Yes, now it's activated, and you see the car is turning magically. Like, it is really nice for long drives, and I really enjoyed myself a lot, so this is pretty cool. So now I press on the button reset, and the car automatically accelerates to the speed which the car in front of me has. So it's not accelerating to 100 because the guy in the front is driving less. So right now I'm at 92, 93. It will accelerate according to the distance what I have on my adaptive cruise control. So now it alerts me that I need to put my hands on the steering wheel. So now I'm gonna remove it and then see what happens. There's now a car in my blind spot, and it tells it to me. Now it says that I need to put my hands on the steering wheel, but now I'm going to ignore it for a little bit more. Now it alerts me that I have to put my hands on the steering wheel. So it can continue driving itself, it will not turn it off, like it's still turned on with the adaptive cruise control, but I must say, you do not want to hear this chime, so just keep your hands on the steering wheel. For motorway drives, I can tell you it is fantastic. Like, just like when I've been driving to Serbia to get my PPF done, I think it is a great motorway cruiser. You can drive with it very far away, and it's also pretty fuel sipping, like right now because we're in a tunnel and because the guy in front of me drives less than 100 kilometers per hour. I'm driving with a current fuel consumption of around 2.5 to 3 liters. Because we've been driving before uphill quite a bit, it has been very high, but now it's decreasing way below that. I think it will even decrease to 6, maybe even below that, we'll see. But on average, since I got the fuel tank, now I've driven my tank with around 478 kilometers and I am around 2/3 done. So with the current fuel consumption, what it says, it's 5.8 liters. With a lot of hilly driving and not much in the city, it is possible, but I think if you drive more motorway, you can even decrease it more, or maybe just straight stretches like this. Because this car comes with a mild hybrid system, you have here like this whole graphics with the iStop and M hybrid system, and you see the engine is powering the wheels, and it also powers the generator for the recharging of the batteries. And with this thing right here with the SPCCI, this is mentioning how well the combustion in the engine happens. Now the car is in neutral. And as you can see, it turned off. And on this screen you can see how much the current iStop time is, and it counts like a stopwatch. So now it's in total, since we started to drive it, around 1 minute and 15 seconds. And in total I gathered around 6 hours and 38 minutes. And you can calculate it this way, like this car has 7,750 kilometers, and per hour a car consumes around 2 to 3 liters when idling. So when you calculate this into full liters, like I think you can get quite a bit of a saving right here. Because this car's mild hybrid system powers the iStop, you will not have any problems with a dead 12-volt battery, which goes dead after like a couple of months or so. So this is actually a really good plus point. And also when this car starts up, you will not feel that it has a start-stop system. You will probably feel it when it turns off, but when it turns on, no, it's a very smooth system, and I didn't imagine that the start-stop system is really that smooth. Now let's do some sound check, because that's something what I forgot. About the sound system, it has a very crisp sound in terms of the treble is really good, the mid-tones are also really nice, and also the bass is pretty powerful because of the Bose sound system. But one thing what I have a gripe with this car has something to do with this Bose system, and it is a particularly bad problem with a sedan, because people who have a hatchback, they don't have this problem, and I'm going to show you in the boot where this problem is, because it really has some annoying noise coming from there. But other than that, it's pretty fine. Like I think that the price difference compared to the other sound system is definitely worth it if you're an audiophile person, because even if you listen from a USB flash drive some songs, the quality is really nice. Like I think personally for me it is totally worth it to just go for a complete car, full spec, without missing on any option, because like that's the way how cars should be bought. Alright, here's the boot. Ignore the stuff what is in here, because the more important thing is where I have my bubble wrap, which is obviously not helping, because the problem is that those two rods, they bang on each other, and because of this the sound quality is atrocious. And I personally think it's not a problem with the subwoofer is pretty decent, it's just because this is hollow and you have here those two rods, and I really tried to solve this problem, but obviously this bubble wrap doesn't help, so I gotta pull this one out. Yeah, they have this contact, and my friend, he solved this with some aluminium butyl for some soundproofing, like he put this also into his door cards. I didn't do it because, well, I do not have this expertise to do it myself, and it is also not the cheapest thing to do, but it is definitely the most optimal one. But yeah, this is something what is one of the biggest gripes what I have with this car. It is just sad because otherwise this car would be perfect. And one thing what I had recently, but now it disappeared, it was a little bit of condensation inside the tail lamps, but now after washing the car it's actually fine. Like, I haven't seen anything bothersome in there. Because I mentioned aluminium butyl, I want to tell you that here you got a piece which is not treated with it, because this is in my car and it is very hollow. Now let's go to my friend's car. Let's go to this exact same spot and it is a lot less hollow. Let's try the rear doors because they are also notorious for feeling hollow. This is my car. The opening sound of the door handles is what's hollow. Now let's go over to his. This sounds so much better. It's more alike of a premium sedan compared to a non-treated one. And I think this would be a good upgrade for me to do in the future, because I think this would make this car look and appear more premium. What do you guys think? Do you think that this car is still worth it? I would really like to know what your opinion is, because I must say that this car itself is a very pleasurable car to drive. It is not expensive to buy. Well, at least in other countries here in Switzerland, it is not expensive compared to the German ones, but compared to other ones, yeah. But ignore the fact. Like, personally, for that what I paid, it is totally worth it, and I wouldn't go for a different one if it has to be a C-segment car. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.